pancreatic cancer. It's often called the king of cancers, and for a pretty terrifying reason.
Yeah, the 5-year survival rate is shockingly low. It's below 10%.
And that's because in 80% of cases, we find it far too late. It basically hides in plain sight.
But imagine an AI tool. It's analyzing just routine hospital scans, searching silently for signs that are, almost impossible to see.
Okay.
That tool recently found 31 early-stage cancers that human doctors, who are incredible, by the way, had missed entirely. That's the actual measurable power we're tracking. Welcome to the deep dive.
Our mission today is really laser-focused. We're going to sift through the newest stack of AI intelligence and just pull out the crucial insights you need.
We're looking for the stuff that shifts your perspective.
Exactly. Covering everything from these huge global strategic moves to the immediate practical hacks you can use today. Wallet-saving stuff.
And we have a clear path laid out for you. So first, we're going to unpack a massive, high-stakes $2 billion acquisition by Meta.
And that deal has now triggered a really intense geopolitical standoff with China. It's a fight over talent.
Then we pivot straight to the practical. We get into strategies for getting 10 times better outputs from models like Claude and Gemini. This is about saving you time and money right now.
Right. And next, we're mapping the whole industry landscape. We're talking xAI's monumental $20 billion fundraising round and OpenAI's push toward a proactive super assistant future.
And finally, we will return to that life-saving breakthrough, the PANDA AI that is fundamentally changing how medicine screens for, the deadliest cancer.
Okay, let's get into this.
Let's start with geopolitics, because the stakes here, they really couldn't be higher. Meta's $2 billion acquisition of Manus.
The AI assistant startup.
Right. It's not just a business deal. It's become a geopolitical flashpoint.
And the story isn't that Meta just wanted a shiny new toy. It's all about where Manus started.
Where it was based.
Exactly. Manus was originally headquartered in Beijing, and that alone instantly made the whole thing sensitive.
And we know that Benchmark, an early U.S. investor, had already drawn scrutiny from U.S. lawmakers.
Right. And that was under new rules that were specifically designed to tighten the flow of American money into Chinese AI.
So Manus made a move. They relocated their headquarters, their key infrastructure, everything, from Beijing to Singapore.
And people in the industry are already calling that Singapore washing.
That term is so telling, isn't it?
It is. It's a strategic shift, meant to insulate the company from that U.S. scrutiny by moving to a neutral tech hub.
And at first, it worked perfectly. I mean, from Meta's perspective, this was just pure acceleration.
Why build when you can buy?
Exactly. They didn't have to spend years building a functional agent stack from scratch. They bought a pre-built working system. It massively fast-tracked their whole AI roadmap.
But what's really fascinating is how Beijing responded. They noticed.
They saw the pattern. Now, Chinese regulators are investigating the deal, checking for violations of their own tech export controls.
They're asking very specific questions.
Super pointed. Like, did Manus exploit restricted AI technology when it moved its operations to Singapore? And did it need an export license to move that foundational code out of the country?
This goes way beyond a simple business spat. The bigger picture here is what Beijing is responding to.
Right.
They're worried that this whole sequence, build in China, relocate, get acquired by a U.S. giant, establishes a dangerous playbook.
A playbook they don't want other startups to follow. They don't want Chinese AI, which was maybe built with state resources or talent, to just get snapped up by U.S. tech giants.
It's a huge outflow of talent and strategic assets. And they've used this tactic before.
With TikTok.
With TikTok, yeah. They successfully used their tech export controls a few years ago to block the attempted ban or sale. It's a critical national strategy for them.
So beyond just the money, what is Beijing trying to signal with this investigation?
I think they see this as a critical national strategy, and they're using past success to control that talent outflow.
Makes sense.
So while that national strategy stuff plays out, let's pivot to how we can use the tech we already have more efficiently.
Yeah, let's get practical.
We want to deliver some immediate value here.
Yeah.
We're moving from billion-dollar moves to actionable tools that can make the AI services you already pay for just dramatically better today.
Okay, let's start with workflow management. It can still be so messy. We saw the Innate and Chat Hub guide this week, and it's a huge step forward.
So what is it?
It lets you, and this is the key, talk to your automations. You can interrupt a process that's running and fix issues in real time.
That's a revelation. because it takes those messy, sprawling workflows, the ones that break at 3 in the morning,
Hmm.
and turns them into one clean conversational control center.
Right, and that real-time fixing is key because managing prompts can still be a headache for, well, for everyone.
It really can. Which brings us to the 10 prompt rules.
Mm-hmm. Whether you're using Claude or GPT or Gemini, following some basic rules is just a necessity now for getting better outputs.
And they're simple tweaks, but they give you massive quality improvements. For instance, a crucial rule is using negative constraints.
So you don't just tell the model what you want.
You tell it what you don't want, explicitly, like do not use bullet points or ensure the tone is not academic.
You have to give the machine detailed blueprints if you want high-quality work.
It's true, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself,
Yeah.
especially on longer projects where I'm trying to maintain a consistent voice.
That's a really common struggle. I think it hits everyone.
And for anyone listening, prompt drift is just the tendency of an AI to lose context or, for the quality to degrade over a long chat session.
Yeah, and it happens mostly because of how these models manage memory. They use a kind of sliding window, so they prioritize the most recent stuff you've typed.
So the further you get from your first instruction, the less focus the model retains on it.
Which is exactly why those prompt rules are so vital. They help reinforce the original instructions.
And we also need to talk about model efficiency, specifically Google's Gemini 3 Flash.
The super cheap model.
Right, which is great, but what's surprising is that for certain tasks, it actually outperforms the more expensive Pro model in practice.
It forces you to choose the right tool for the job. Flash is incredibly fast and cheap, so it's perfect for quick summarization or data extraction.
Or just generating initial creative drafts, where speed matters more than, say, deep reasoning.
Exactly. But you'd switch to Pro when you need complex logic or financial analysis or detailed code generation.
So knowing when to use Flash versus Pro, or when to switch to that frontier-level performance like the rumored GPT 5.2, that's the new efficiency hack.
So for the daily user just trying to save time and money, what's the single biggest takeaway from all these tools and rules?
It's that small tweaks to your prompting and your model choice can yield massive, cost-effective improvements.
That idea of leveraging the right tool is key.
It really is. We're going to take a quick pause here, and when we're back, we'll map out the explosive race for the personal super assistant.
Welcome back. We just talked about maximizing your personal efficiency. Now let's look at the strategic direction of the major players.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that everyone, OpenAI, Amazon, XAI, they're all racing toward a personalized, proactive future.
Absolutely. And we saw that monumental viral post.
Oh, the one from the Google principal engineer. He claimed to Claude Code compressed an entire year's worth of his software development work into just 1 hour.
1 hour. That post just exploded. It hit over 8.2 million views.
And whether you take that number literally or not, the perceived efficiency is just staggering.
It really speaks to the raw leverage these code models offer. We know Claude's creator often runs up to 15 parallel sessions at once.
That's some serious leverage.
Yeah.
And that kind of momentum is feeding directly into the roadmaps of the industry giants.
It is. OpenAI's chief product officer, Fidji Simo, has been very clear. They want ChatGPT to evolve into a personal super assistant by 2026.
And this is a huge shift. It's not just about answering a question when you type it.
No, it's about being proactive. Monitoring your email for key events, pre-filling forms for you, anticipating your needs before you even think of them.
A truly intelligent layer on top of your whole digital life.
Meanwhile, Amazon is making its own play for the home ecosystem. They launched Alexa Plus at CES 2026.
Right. Pitched as a family-first web chatbot. The idea is it controls the smart home, manages your appliances, updates the family calendar.
It's a very Amazon play, integrating AI directly into the family unit, the, digital hearth.
But none of this coactive future works without just immense raw computational power.
Which brings us to the infrastructure battle. And XAI just closed a monumental $20 billion Series E funding round.
$20 billion. That's a truly monumental number.
And it tells us exactly where the resources are going. The round specifically included NVIDIA and Cisco. Their involvement signals one thing, helping XAI scale the largest GPU clusters in the world.
So what does $20 billion even buy in this context?
It buys data, maybe custom chip design, but mostly it buys just hoarding H100s and building the infrastructure, the power plants, the cooling systems to run these massive models.
Whoa. Imagine scaling that to handle 1 billion queries a day.
That's the level of compute we're talking about. It underlies the entire shift from a passive chatbot to a proactive, always-on assistant. It's like stacking Lego blocks of data and power until you reach the sky.
Right. And while the giants are scaling, new worker tools are popping up all over. We saw Gobi, which deploys automated digital workers for online tasks.
Running 24/7. And Kale, which organizes complex research, finds hidden connections, and then creates presentation slides for you.
The foundation of digital labor is changing incredibly fast.
So if we look at all these moves, the fundraising, the roadmaps, the focus on proactive assistance, what is the single shared goal among all these giants?
The goal seems clear. Everyone's racing to create proactive, personalized assistance backed by massive global hardware clusters.
That kind of scale is impressive. But let's shift focus to a breakthrough that translates that power directly into, immediate human benefit.
Yeah, we started with the highest stakes, and we're going to end there. Let's talk in detail about Alibaba's PANDA AI.
For the early detection of pancreatic cancer.
Exactly, and we really need to emphasize the scale of this challenge. We said it at the top, it's the king of cancers.
The 5-year survival rate is under 10% because it is so notoriously difficult to catch early. It hides its growth signs incredibly well.
Which is the whole crux of the medical problem. It's often only visible when it causes major secondary issues.
But Alibaba's Academy, working with dozens of hospitals, developed the first ever screening method for early detection using standard routine, non-contrast CT scans.
That non-contrast detail is so important. These aren't specialized, expensive scans, they're common checkups.
Right. And the AI is trained to look for these incredibly subtle indicators. It's not the tumor itself, but early signs like slight ductal dilation or subtle fat atrophy in the tissue around it.
Stuff that human eyes just frequently miss.
And the results are just astounding. Since late 2024, the PANDA tool has analyzed over 180,000 CT scans in a hospital setting.
Oh.
In trials with over 20,000 patients, PANDA found 31 specific lesions that had been entirely missed during the initial human review.
31 that were just missed.
And here's the most critical outcome. This is the human value part. 2 of those early-stage patients who were caught by the AI, they were completely cured after getting prompt surgery.
That's technology translating directly into saved lives.
Exactly. And the accuracy is what allows this to be deployed safely. The sensitivity, the ability to correctly identify a sick person was high, 92.9%.
Not the specificity.
That's the key. The ability to correctly identify a healthy person was an incredible 99.9%.
That specificity number is so vital for actually using a tool like this. It means you manage false positives extremely well.
I mean, if you told 1,000 healthy people they might have cancer, you'd cause chaos. PANDA produced only 1 false positive in every 1,000 cases.
Wow. And that's why it's been deployed over 500,000 times already.
Given how hard this disease is to spot, what makes this high accuracy so valuable right now?
It's the ability to catch these subtle, early signs of the deadliest cancers with really high precision and, in common, everyday scans.
So today we've really covered the full spectrum of AI's impact. On one hand, you have the geopolitical fight over talent, like with the Manus deal. It shows how crucial this tech is on a national stage.
But the real power is revealed in the extremes. We see it in solving our daily frustrations with better prompting and model choice, making us more efficient.
And then we see it solving monumental human health crises with world-changing breakthroughs like the PANDA.
It's a constant two-sided revolution that's happening right now.
And the ability of AI to consistently spot these subtle, crucial patterns that the human eye just can't see, that feels like the breakthrough theme of the year.
It makes you wonder, if AI can consistently spot a subtle, deadly cancer signature missed by expert human eyes, a tiny sign of ductal dilation or something, what other crucial, subtle signals are we currently missing?
Across other critical fields.
Right. Think about finance or complex climate modeling or just maintaining aging infrastructure. That is definitely something to mull over this week.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Let us know what information you want us to unpack next. Until then, stay curious.